So my name is Omar Rampersad. It's 6:50 p.m., January 24th, 2020. So I just came in. Went into groceries, got on the bus, and in the grocery store, it was fine. A couple of people came too close, but then after about 20 minutes, um, there was talk about kicking her out of the store. And right before that, I got this huge hit on the hips inside of the store. So when I was at the cashiers, the conversation was, we're going to kick this out, we're going to kick her out. And there were some other comments along those lines. So other than that, it was nothing unusual. There was conversations in the bus by some Chinese people about the woman looking at herself and passed around and being a sex slave and so on. So, of course, I'm blogging. So, this is some of the topics of conversation. I'm being followed and being talked about. The information is on the YouTube. But the way these people are talking about is indicative not of them following me on the YouTube, but of things that's being done that they are participating in, voting, for instance, that they're updating me about. So Rick he has scouts out. I'm being stalked by this team. And Rick could have a manager, and Rick's manager could have a manager. So these names are being called, people in past workplaces and so on. So these people are all colluding. So they determine what action the team who's following me around locally, but I'm also being followed via satellite, what uh, they're supposed to do. So they're told what to do. So if the scouts are saying, "Well, I'm in the grocery store and I'm walking back and forth," Rick might say, "Well, hit her on the hips and get her out, drive her out. We don't want her walking around." So my foot is tagged, the left foot. I'll periscope that. Um, the whole left leg is tagged because there's a heaviness in the leg, and these readings are very high. So I'm going to show you the tagging of my body where the power is turned up um, throughout the journey. So as soon as I walked out, I was red alerted. So there is the high energy coming out of my body. So I demonstrated before I left the high energy and the high electrical pulses, that the high readings of the electrical pulses that I was being subjected to, and the heat that it was generating. So my temperature went up and down by 1.5 degrees Celsius. So since I came from the cold, the temperature is not going to show this fluctuation. So right now, the hips are hurting, the back is hurting, the chest is hurting, and both ankles are tagged. And the I also posted a picture of the swelling of the left ankle where I'm tagged, but the entire left leg is tagged. There's a heaviness on the entire left leg. So you hear things like she got a stroke. Well, you got to wonder. Um, they're trying to give you a stroke by hitting your head, but did you really get the stroke, or are they giving you the symptoms of one? So you have to be cognizant of both those possibilities. There's a possibility, for instance, that you actually had a heart attack as a result of these signals being pulsed at high power in your chest or into your nervous system. Or there's also the possibility of getting the symptoms of one. So those two things have to be taken into account. So I will periscope the swelling on my legs because it is swollen and it's quite painful. So the comment outside the window is Rick doesn't want me walking. The female black pimp from Jane and Finch doesn't want me walking. And I'm not allowed to integrate back into society because she wants me drugged. No venting, no verbalization. So I'm just going to stop there.